Hello guys, this is Lil RJ with another video, and this right here is my first edition of Remember That Wrestler. Now, this video is going to be about the very controversial Muhammad Hassan. For those who don't remember Muhammad Hassan, he was the guy and from 2005, well, 6 months, he had a good 6 month run in the WWE to be exact. So that's who Muhammad Hassan is. He really didn't last that long in the WWE. Muhammad Hassan was mixed. He was Italian and Arabian, so he was mixed, which explains why he talked good English. Well, Muhammad Hassan, made his debut in the WWE around the end of 2004. Well, he started hyping up his debut in 2004. He just basically, he basically talked about how he would change the business, how he would dominate, how he would be, a first ever Native American champion, how he would set himself aside from the stereotypical 9/11 attacks and stuff like that, and how he would he just kind of bashed America a little bit in the promos. Yeah, and those aired for a few weeks like anybody else, and yeah, he then debuted December 13th, 2004, on my grandmother's birthday. With Davari at his side, cutting a promo and stuff like that. Then he just went on to he debuted. He debuted on December 13th, 2004 on in house shows and stuff like that. Then January 3rd, 2005, he made his in-ring debut. Basically just bashed Jerry the King Lawler. He defeated him at New Year's Revolution. And then he went on with an impressive undefeated streak, defeating wrestlers like the Hurricane, Sergeant Slaughter, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho. Muhammad Hassan went on to have so much heat backstage in storyline that at the Royal Rumble he got dumped out by Edge, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Booker T, Luther Reigns, and a couple of other guys at the Royal Rumble in 2005. At WrestleMania, Muhammad Hassan made his WrestleMania debut, his first and last WrestleMania appearance at that. Cutting a promo, and him and Davari beat up Eugene until Hulk Hogan made a save, which would set up a match for the next pay-per-view event. Next night, however, they attacked Shawn Michaels, beat him up. Shawn Michaels requested that they have a match at Backlash with a partner of his choice, and he picked Hulk Hogan, and Shawn Michaels went on to defeat Hassan and Davari, and Hassan went on to threaten Eric Bischoff a whole lot to giving him a title shot in 2005, and he finally gave him one against Batista, which was declared the biggest match of his career, you could say, and he won by disqualification, so which means the title did not change hands. Next week, he complained even more about not getting opportunities, so Eric Bischoff gave him Shelton Benjamin, this time making it a 2-on-1 handicap match, which Benjamin went on to defeat both Hassan and Davari. Muhammad Hassan interrupted John Cena in a promo in 2004, and once again complaining about not getting an opportunity again, and Bischoff, at the time did not fond well with Cena, and so which means that he would do anything he could to take the title away from Cena, and Muhammad Hassan was one of his attempts at taking the title from Cena, and well, it didn't work out in Bischoff's favor or Hassan's favor. Hassan was squashed in this match, so then he was squashed in the match, which in fact ended his unpinned singles streak. So he wasn't pinned until that night. Then on June 23rd, 2005, Muhammad Hassan was drafted to SmackDown, which was where all the controversy kicked in. Okay, Muhammad Hassan defeated Big Show with the help of Matt Morgan, and he defeated him that night. And then he had a little confrontation with one of his trainers, in actuality The Undertaker. Then the next week, The Undertaker was put in a match against Daivari, in which Muhammad Hassan explained to Daivari that Daivari was the ultimate sacrifice, and that he would be soon repaid for sacrificing himself. Now, Undertaker went on to squash Daivari. Afterwards, a few minutes later, Muhammad Hassan appears. He comes out onto the stage and starts praying on the ramp, in which 5 big, bulky, ski-masked men on billy clubs and piano wire come down to the ring and just beat the hell out of the Undertaker. I mean, this is the worst beating I've ever seen the Undertaker take. And quite frankly, to be honest with you, this is where Hassan's career went down the drain. Okay, CNN, Muhammad Hassan and these men did so much damage that CNN actually had talked about the segment on television, on their show, on CNN all day long, in which, UPN9, started showing that stuff too. And which, in fact, it was all over the place. Oh, excuse me. It was all over the place. It was all over the New York Post. It was all over TV guides and stuff like that. Rumor magazines, tabloid magazines. It was all over the place. And, UPN9 no longer wanted Hassan's character on television anymore. And Hassan, he clearly stated that they no longer wanted him on television, in a way that we didn't understand it, but, as you get older, you understand more stuff, so. Then, in fact, at the Great American Bash, The Undertaker defeats Muhammad Hassan, with failed, interferences by those 5 men and Daivari. After the match, The Undertaker beats up the 5 men with piano wire, even though they try to choke him out again. And he chokeslams Daivari, and it didn't end well for Muhammad Hassan, as The Undertaker beat him up, dragged him up to the stage, and powerbombed him onto concrete, and in fact, killing his character off of television. This is very, very ironic. Okay, and that's the end of Muhammad Hassan, as we all know it. Okay, Muhammad Hassan, his accomplishments. Not really that much. I mean, he didn't really get a chance to do anything. Although, OVW was a part of WWE at the time, so he won that championship. He won the OVW Heavyweight Championship. His finishing move was the camel clutch and the Cougar Man drop. And his manager, of course, was Daivari. Now, what do I think about Muhammad Hassan? Now, Muhammad Hassan, to me, he as we were little, we was always, poised to, always cheer for the good guys, so nobody liked him. But, as you get older, you start to, I like whoever I want to like, I don't care whether he's heel or face, and, yada, yada, yada. But what I felt about Muhammad Hassan as I grew up and, relived those moments, I seen very, very much potential, and had he still been in the WWE today, not only would he have been World Heavyweight Champion, WWE Champion, any kind of champion, this guy would have been a top-notch heel. Greater than Wade Barrett, greater than Cody Rhodes, greater than Mark Henry, all those guys wrapped into one, because that's how much heel heat this guy had before, even before, that incident happened. And, the WWE kind of just, they just messed it up for him. If you ask me, WWE just messed that up. They had to make it where, this guy was going to be unbeatable, just to make him, go over. Then they had Undertaker go over at the pay-per-view event, because everybody knew that was going to happen anyway. But that's when WWE try to, that's what they do when they want to just do too much. They did too much. It got them in trouble, and it got this man in trouble to the point where UPN9 no longer wanted him on television. Okay, what I would have done with Hassan is I would have slowed him down. I would have just made him do the gimmick like they gave Jinder Mahal now. How Jinder Mahal is now, I would have gave that to him. Or, scratch the whole Native American junk, or gave him something kind of like a rich man's gimmick, like a Ted DiBiase $1 Million Man gimmick, or a Jinder Mahal, he claims he has a whole lot of money and all that stuff, or, just give him something where he's arrogant, just top-notch heel. And as long as he, still wears the headdress, and, and still did the camel clutch, that would have been good for me. Yeah, so Muhammad Hassan, that's his story. And, remember Muhammad Hassan. This is little RJ with the video. I'll be doing another guy, Mark Jindrak. I don't know how many people you guys remember him. Somebody just inboxed me all week long since I announced I was doing this, and they requested that I do Mark Jindrak. So Devils 0914, Mark Jindrak is coming your way, son. And to GW Productions 04, you sent for Triple H. You asked for Triple H. I want to ask you, do you want Triple H's whole career, or you want his career in the WWE, or do you want it like Attitude Era from on down to where he is today? I'm just curious. So hit me up. Comment on this video or inbox me. But yeah, that's all it. That's it. And just if you guys have other subscribers out there, that probably would love to watch these videos, and in my future videos to come, invite them to the page. I really appreciate it. So this is it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.